Good evening. It is time for today's tax talk. It is Thursday, April 6th, the year of our Lord 2023. The IRS came out with their new report today. That's what we're going to talk about here on the show. Remember now, the IRS was late. They were supposed to have that report out some time ago. And they said they were waiting for Danny Werfel. Remember Danny Werfel? We talked about him last night, the new commissioner to the IRS. And he was just sworn in yesterday, but he's got the new report out today. He signed it and everything. It's all out there. In a nutshell, I'm going to tell you that the new report is just like my headline: promises, promises. It's fantasy. There's nothing in that report that tells us anything that they're going to do with the money. It's like, well, here's $80 billion. We need a detailed report of what you're going to do with it. And then they come out with this. Wish list about the way everything bad about the IRS is now going to be good. Because the only reason why it's been bad is because the evil Americans haven't given us enough money. And that's just not acceptable. We need the money. And now we have the money. And it's actually not really enough money. If we had more money, it'd be better. We would be even better. But now that we have this money, everything's going to be great. The IRS is going to be the best organization in the world, and that's just the story and they're sticking with it. So let's go to the report. Let's talk about the report. Okay, so here's the report. It's the cover of the report. I'm going to go down because it's now this is 100 and some pages, 150 pages, I believe. I don't have time to go through the whole report with you here today, but let's kind of skim it. Okay, so first let's read the IRS mission: provide America's taxpayers top quality service by helping them understand and meet their tax responsibilities and enforce the law with integrity and fairness to all. It's kind of like Superman, isn't it? And it's like, with the American dream. It's such a. I told you. I think I mentioned yesterday. My favorite is when they tell us that they are we're customers, right? You're a customer. I'm not a customer, right? I don't want to be a customer. This is a letter from Danny Werfel. Now he's written Daniel, and again, he was just sworn in yesterday, so I don't know how much of this he actually wrote. But here's the plan: to dramatically improve service, quickly resolve taxpayer issues when they arise, focus expanded enforcement on taxpayers with complex tax filings and high dollar noncompliance to address the tax gap, deliver cutting-edge technology, data, analytics, and to operate effectively, attract, retain, and empower a highly skilled, diverse, because that's really what's important, workforce, and develop a culture that is better equipped to deliver results for taxpayers. Because they're all about the taxpayer, aren't they? It's all about the taxpayer. So let's go down. This is just his letter. We can look at these. Here's the plan. And it's just broken down. Executive summary right there. And again, just those 5 things that I just read to you, they're these 5 things, the objectives, and that's how they begin this report. This is what the whole report is. Says the same thing over and over and over again. Implementation. This is the first one. See the page 134. That's the first time we talk about any numbers in this whole thing. Estimated allocation of funds. That's 128. But it's in the broadest terms. This plan was supposed to detail how they're going to spend the money, and not some fantasy about how the results of spending the money, because that's what they've been telling us all along. That's why they're going to raise all this money, and it's going to be a great thing for the American taxpayer. So let's go. The Inflation Reduction Act, the greatest thing that's ever happened. Remember now, not one Republican voted for this Inflation Reduction Act. And it just passed in August 2022. They haven't even had the money. They haven't even had time to get the money. So let's go overview. The strategic operating plan, also referred to as the plan, outlines how we will deploy the investments in the IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act, to better serve taxpayers, tax professionals, and the broader tax ecosystem. We will improve the taxpayer experience through better customer service, clearer guidance on how to correctly file taxes, increased options for filing electronically, and robust online accounts to take care of business quickly and independently. We will utilize tailored solutions to meet the diverse needs and preferences of all taxpayer groups. Everything you ever wanted, we're going to do it. But it reminds me of WKRP in Cincinnati. When Mr. Carlson ran for office, we have to be firm yet flexible, right? It's like it's so much political speech. The Congressional Budget Office, I'm over here above me here. The Congressional Budget Office estimates that the additional $80 billion provided to the IRS by the IRA will increase federal revenue by more than $180 billion. So just a little bit more than double. So all this problem that we're having, all the money all the hassle that we're going to cause on Americans. No, it's going to be great, Attorney Leahy. It's going to be great. It's all going to be worth it. We will work to attract and retain the best talent. Of course they will. Okay, so we're just going to kind of skim through this. We have days to go through this if we elect to do this. What we will deliver, the IRA transformation vision. This is the whole plan. It's a vision. It's actually a dream. We will make it easier for taxpayers to meet their tax responsibilities and receive tax incentives for which they are eligible. So if they want to give you money, we're going to make sure that we can give you the money. We will adopt a customer-centric approach that dedicates more resources to helping taxpayers get it right the first time, while addressing issues in the simplest ways appropriate. We will address noncompliance. That's the people I work with. Using data and analytics to expand enforcement in certain segments. Not all segments. We're not going to go after everybody because remember, they've already told us that they're only going after the rich. Even though we know they've admitted, no, we're going to keep the proportions the same. And when asked about this in Congress, Secretary Yellen, they said, well, so what you mean is that 95% of all new audits will be people under 400,000. Well, yeah, but it's going to be the same proportion. But 95% of all new audits are still going to be on people making less than 400,000. So let's remember that. Excuse me. We will become an employer of choice across the government and industry. These changes will enable us to serve all taxpayers more equitably, not equally, equitably, and in the ways they want to be served. And now here's the objectives again. Same 5 objectives. They just repeat them. So here's this. Let's go up. Because I wanted to, is this page 14? Okay, so they just list all these things that they're already doing, but it had nothing to do with the Inflation Reduction Act. But I wanted to read this because accountability to stakeholders and previous IRS strategies. The IRS will make this vision a reality and deliver on the commitments in this plan by collaborating across the organization and engaging in disciplined and transparent accountability processes. This plan outlines the framework that we will use to achieve the objectives in this plan. While this plan supersedes any previous IRS strategic planning documents, you mean they've had strategic planning documents in the past? And haven't those strategic planning documents talked about all of these same things? Oh, but Attorney Leahy, they didn't have the money. And that's what they say here. Well, if we would have had the money, we would have been able to do all these things. Now we have the money, now we can do all these things. Here it is based in part on the insights from those materials. So this plan is based on these last plans, including the 2022 through 2026 IRS strategic plan. So obviously came out in probably 2021, and other planning efforts, including the Taxpayer Experience Roadmap, business unit strategic plans, agency-wide equity, diversity, and inclusion, and accessibility strategy and roadmap, and the IRS Integrated Modernization Business Plan. None of those plans seem to have worked. The IRA gives the IRS the resources to turn our plans to improve the way we serve taxpayers into reality. So we've always had these plans, but we just didn't have the money. We only were having $14 billion a year. That's not near enough money. We've been shortchanged. That I wonder if I should go back up, but no, because I'm going to run out of time here. But here's one I wanted to remind. So we can go through this more, and you can go. It's this. Here's the objectives again. So they just keep going through. Now they're going to go through each and every one of those objectives one by one. Here's how we're going to explain it. But there's no numbers. There's nothing. What are you going to do with the money? Oh, we're going to spend it wisely. What are you going to do? Good things. We're going to do good things wisely. How are you going to do that? By being good and wise. It's like, really? And then here we are. I'm already, the first numbers don't come until page 134. So far we have no numbers. This is supposed to be a plan about how they're going to spend $80 billion. But that's not what this plan does. It just has a bunch of, now we're on 2. So that was all object 1. Here we are. What success will look like. How are you going to get there? Where we are heading. Most taxpayers, what success will look like. It's the same thing over and over again. Here, where are we heading? What success will look like. Where are we heading? What success will look like. Expand engagement with non-filers. Where are we heading? What success will look like. It's here now. We're in number 3. Now we're on number 3. Oh, my computer. It even busted my computer. Anyway, this is unbelievable to me. So what we're going to do now is I want to go into this. What I have is remember now, this Danny Werfel came in 2013 to the IRS after the scandal with Lois Lerner. But here's another scandal that you might not remember. Remember when the IRS was spending millions of dollars on conventions and spending tens of thousands of taxpayer money in order to on these spoofs like this Star Trek spoof. I don't know if I have that ready. Let me see if I can get that ready for us so we can see at least one of those spoofs, because it's unbelievable. Let's see if we can get that. This is media. Which I have it here. This is media 3. Okay. Media 3. Now let's run one of these because you may not remember this, but I remember it. Okay, let's see if we can do this now. Here it comes. Let's do this first one. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise-wide. Its never-ending mission is to seek out new tax forms, to explore strange new regulations, to boldly go where no government employee has gone before. Captain's Log, Stardate 8.23.2110. We received a distress call from the planet NOTAX in the ATAT system. According to their leaders, the planet civilization has degraded to anarchy. Chaos rules over order. We've sent a landing party to assess the situation and report back. We hope we're not too late.
I'm receiving incoming reports from the landing party. But it's difficult to hear, Captain. There's poor reception.
Fascinating.
Can't you do something?
Attempting to modulate the frequency now.
Sorry about the uniforms, Captain. The dry cleaner gave me the wrong order. Starlight coffee while you wait, sir? It's better than McDonald's and only twice the price.
No can do, yeoman. I've already spent my per diem for the day.
Coming in clear now, Captain. Shall I open a channel?
It's Planet
Yes,
No
on
Tax.
screen. Lieutenant Mackey,
So
report.
let's see if we can do. I got one more. I'm just going to play a little bit of this. Watch this now. They don't want to tell us what this is something. This whole thing is another 6 months. It's a training. It was a training video. How is this a training video? It cost them $60,000. That's what he did. These spoofs. That's what happened. That's what we were faced with. And that's when the IRS they were underfunded. They didn't have any money. But yet they had millions to spend on conferences and hundreds and tens of thousands to spend on these spoofs. They didn't really care, did they? Now we're going to double their money. Well, that's one reason why that Congress went and cut their budget. They seem to have too much money. But now they got double the money. But they're going to be good this time because Danny Werfel's in charge. I remember Danny Werfel was the one that came in to save them all last time because he was going to do good things, but he was only there temporarily. Well, anyway, this report to me, this is what we waited for. This is why it was late. That report has been done for months. Does that tell you where the $80 billion is going for? Not a chance. Not a clue where that $80 billion is going to. It's going to make things better. It's going to be right as rain, Attorney Leahy. The customers, taxpayers, are going to be so happy to deal with the IRS. And our customers are going to be happy. And our employees are going to be happy. And we're going to do good things. And remember, now they're implementing scanning. They haven't even had scanning. I have another video that we should probably watch very soon. And that's, remember the pipeline about how it, so Werfel's up, well, we've been defunded. We just didn't have the money. The IRS has just been terrible. The Congress hasn't given us any money. How are we supposed to do our work? We only were getting $14 billion a year. I don't know. It just irritates the heck out of me, and I just can't. I just don't get it. So, I'm not going to don't let them pull the wool over your eyes. And if all of and I didn't even read any of the news articles about it because it's all propaganda. It's all rightfully everybody knows that the IRS was underfunded for so many years, and they are rightfully being funded correctly now. No, they're not. Okay, and again, if you believe that they're only going after high ticket people, and that's how they're going to close the tax gap, you got another thing coming. We're going to find out the truth because it's coming. Unbelievable. Anyway, I encourage you to go to irs.gov. It's on the first page. You can find it, find that report, and review it. As you'll be shocked at what's not in there. It's just amazing to me. So anyway, thanks so much for joining us here today. I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe. We need your help. So please help us. Like and subscribe. And remember, if you have IRS problems, if you have unfiled tax returns, if you owe the IRS money and you don't know what to do, get a copy of my book. That's the first thing you should do. Get a copy of my book. Deal with your IRS problems today. Go to freeirsbook.com. That's freeirsbook.com. Get your free copy. I will pay for the publishing, but I'm going to ask you to pay for the shipping and handling. It's under $10. So get a copy of my book, Deal with Your IRS Problem Today. So thanks so much for joining us here today. We will return soon enough. In the meantime, I want to say God bless you. It is Holy Thursday today. It's Good Friday tomorrow. Easter Sunday. I hope you have a wonderful Easter. And may Christ's light shine upon all of us. God bless you. We are now out.